Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. If you haven't been to my channel, my name is Krista, and I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So for today's reading, the prompt that I channeled is explore the landscape of your soul. How is your subconscious speaking to you? So I have a feeling I'm going to be in quite the trance for this reading because I'm speaking from a very deep, primal, subconscious place to channel messages, hopefully from your subconscious, or perhaps the channel messages about how your subconscious speaks to you. So I'm just staying wide open. That's usually what I do in my readings. I channel a prompt, and from that prompt, we just go down the rabbit hole. So you have 3 beautiful China roses to choose from. China roses are symbolic of happiness, longevity, and eternal spring. So go ahead and choose group 1, group 2, or group 3. Click the corresponding timestamp in the description box below, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. If you haven't been to my channel, my name is Krista, and I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So for today's reading, the prompt that I channeled is explore the landscape of your soul. How is your subconscious speaking to you? So I believe I will be in quite the trance-like state for this because I am channeling message directly from a subconscious kind of primal place. And I'm also hopefully channeling messages. This is a rabbit hole I go down that I have no control over sometimes. But my intention is to also channel messages to help you understand how your subconscious speaks to you. So before we get into your reading, I'd like to invite you into the sacred portal to healing, alignment, and expansion that is the Little Flower Patreon. A key element that makes the Little Flower Patreon special is the infinite prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a powerful transmission each month with the intention to bring you into deeper resonance with your truest soul essence and most fulfilling path. Entering into the infinite prayer means remembering you've always held the key to the healing waters of your own soul. This is your safe and protected conduit to the divine. I simply hold the mirror. Tap into your own sacred, ever-flowing internal spring. Always pure, always moving, always offering exactly what you need the moment you choose to dip your cup in. Return as often as you feel called to. Enter the Wellspring membership and receive access to an ever-growing sanctuary of soulful pick-a-flower readings and infinite prayer sessions. Each month, I tap in and channel a theme or prompt for 2 new readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the infinite prayer. Join the Overflow membership and receive everything in Wellspring, plus access to every new extended infinite prayer session drawn from YouTube readings like this one from October 2025 on. If the Little Flower Patreon is calling to you, click the link in the description box below. If at any point during this reading you feel inspired to, feel free to like, subscribe, drop a flower emoji, and leave a comment. I'd love to know how things are resonating or if you have any questions or suggestions for me. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this reading. You chose group number 1 with the beautiful China rose, which is symbolic of happiness, longevity, and eternal spring. And I have a special meaning of the divine feminine, which is perfect for a reading about entering into the subconscious, the dream world. This rose was received at a sister circle, and the divine feminine energy that was held in that circle is definitely held in this beautiful rose. So I'm going to put this right up here as a little presence for us during our reading. And let's see what your first oracle card is. So we have number 37 with rhodiola and wisdom. So some of the key words with rhodiola are magic, wisdom keeper, purity, higher consciousness, clarity, intuitive intellect, and enchantment. The astrological rulers are Uranus and Mercury. I'm going to read just a little bit from the guidebook. So it says, the unicorn is known as the great protector of the forest. Like rhodiola, some unicorns are said to live near high mountains to this day, nourishing and protecting the wise and ancient forests left. Rhodiola is in your cards today to remind you that you are intelligence embodied, intuitive, articulate, and knowledgeable. You exude mastery, wisdom, purity, authority, and wisdom. Emotions do not cloud your judgment. Your actions are measured carefully and intuitively as you contain ancient codes on the ways of heaven and earth. The subtle essence of the unicorn resides in the third eye. If unicorn medicine comes to you, your sense of wise creativity and aliveness will deepen. Don't neglect your medicine. Honor your natural gifts. Stand tall. Own your medicine and who you are becoming. So the main energy and message that was lacing that message as I was reading it is you are more intelligent than you give yourself credit for. You are powerful, you are fierce, you are articulate, you are well respected, your wisdom is honored. The world needs your wisdom, and you are capable of giving it to the world in a well-packaged way. The way this message is coming across is that there might be some questioning of one's own ability to articulate their voice in a powerful way. But the message is saying that all you have to do is begin to speak and stand tall and strong behind your voice, behind your knowledge, behind your sense of knowing your own intelligence, and speak from a place of confidence in that. You don't have to know what you're going to say before you say it. You just have to trust in the deepest wellspring of wisdom that exists within you. This is making me think of what I do, which is channeling messages for tarot readings, but this can exist in so many forms on this planet. For instance, if you're passionate about a topic, let's say conservation, but you feel that you are not knowledgeable enough or articulate enough to speak on it to a crowd of people to help persuade them to believe that conservation is important to, let's say, donate to or give to or focus on. And you think that someone who has a degree in conservation would be better. And maybe that could be true, but they might have more knowledge than you, but you have, and I do believe you have knowledge though, plenty of knowledge. And the difference between you and someone who might be more, I guess, traditionally educated on a topic is that you have passion, you have instinct, you're coming from a place of soul. So your message is going to hit the hearts and the souls of the people, the ears that it lands on, more so than the person who doesn't have the soul to back up what they're saying. Soul is just as important as knowledge. The message here is that this wellspring of, and you do have knowledge, that's the thing, you have wisdom, a deep wellspring of wisdom, and you have the knowledge to back it up, and you have the capability of attaining the knowledge when you realize you don't have it along the way. But there is a wellspring of wisdom and truth that is waiting to overflow out of you into the world around you. And you've been holding it back because you have, and you've been hoarding it because you think you don't have enough of it to give away just yet. And that couldn't be further from the truth. The message here is to start giving, start speaking, start sharing what's on your heart, what's on your mind, what's on your soul, to give, speak, and share. That is what you're called to do. So if you're having any angst at all, and if you're having any feelings of I'm not doing enough, or I'm not living to the fullest that I can live, or I'm not living up to my potential, or I'm not living my purpose in the way that feels aligned, it's because you've been holding back on what you already have to give. You have so much to give. And I believe that this it's like it feels like a dam that's about to burst open. I could see how this would cause anxiety or tightness, or like something that is ready to just explode and overflow. And maybe you've been pushing it down or blocking it out, and it's If you've been feeling anxiety or angst, this is one of the reasons why, because you're not sharing what's inside of you. I'm going to pull a couple cards from the Angels of Atlantis to get some angelic energy coming in here. I like that Uranus and Mercury are the rulers of the rhodiola. Uranus is a card of like upheaval and kind of chaos, and then Mercury is a card of communication. So when you first begin to speak your truth and share what you know and share what you're passionate about, and this could be in the form of art as well. This could come out of you in so many different ways. But when you do begin, it may feel like chaos at first, but the more you share, the more you'll get into a flow, and the more it will just feel natural and real and true, and you'll feel more confident in it, and it will feel well fissured, whatever that means. Well fissured, it will feel well grooved, and you'll be able to tap into the flow more and more and more often and more powerfully over time. We have Shamiel with beginnings. We have Raphael with cleansing. And the first thing that came through with the cleansing card, I was feeling a lot of static and a lot of energies that are like clustered up and taking up so much space in your subconscious that aren't meant to be there, that are inhibiting your clear access to the waters of your subconscious, the crystal clear, beautiful, pure, powerful waters, healing waters of your subconscious. This could be just things you give your attention to, the internet, social media, just anything. I'm really thinking heavy on that kind of thing, electronics, being on, taking in content, taking in things that may or may not be beneficial, but ultimately there's too much. That's the message. Or perhaps you're distracting yourself throughout the day, or you're taking on menial tasks throughout the day. It feels like a life lived where everything, I'm not saying this is how you live, but if this was translated into like how a day goes by, it would be staying busy but not getting anything done, or at least not feeling like you've gotten anything done because you were detached through that process of being busy. So the flip side of this, and what wants to come through for you, is this grounded a grounded connection to the day-to-day, an underlying link, an underlying current that you follow that keeps you present, that feels real, that feels like a line to your purpose, a line to the divine. And that current, that line, is what guides you throughout your day. It is a line of intuition. You are deeply embedded within that current, that flow, and you don't question it. You just allow yourself to follow it. You go with your gut, you go with what feels right. And because of that, you feel immersed in your day, and you feel like you're quote unquote getting somewhere, or you feel like you are truly living, like that you were truly alive the whole day. You weren't checked out. You weren't just getting things done to get things done. You were there. You were present. You knew what you were doing. You knew where you were walking, and you know exactly where you're going to land. So there is this sinking in and connecting to that current of energy throughout the day and staying aligned with it. You can still stay very lucid and very aware and very clear. In fact, I do believe it will help you to stay lucid and aware and clear. But it is ultimately, it feels like it's coming from the heart space. This Archangel Raphael with this green orb here makes me think of the heart. And, oh wow, I never noticed this, but this is like it says cleansing, and there's fire and water. So that's interesting. You could benefit from doing a burn, from writing things down and burning it. You could benefit from taking an intentional taking intentional showers, spending time with water in an intentional way, speaking into water and like dumping it outside onto the ground, things you want to release, things you want to cleanse. Let's pull some cards from the tarot. This is the Landscapes Tarot. With beginnings, you have a new beginning coming in your life, a fresh new beginning, and you're being called to be present for the change that takes place that births this new beginning, and to release what needs to stay in the old cycles, what needs to be released with the old cycles. You sharing your wisdom is the path there. We have the Hermit. We have, wow, whoa, this is wild. You have the High Priestess and the Hermit, two of the most intuitive cards in the deck. The Hermit is about soul searching, about going within. The High Priestess is knowing who you are, connecting to your power, connecting to your spiritual power, your ability to know things before they happen, know what's best for you, your ability to trust your instincts, your gut, your divine feminine wisdom. Powerful cards to have right off the bat here. Your two animals on those two cards, we have a coyote and we have an owl, which I believe this is a coyote. Let me double check. Yeah, I think so. Coyotes are divine tricksters and owls are powerful guides. With the coyote being here with the Hermit, there is a divine trickster power that is working on your behalf. And if you ever in your dreams encounter like a jester-like figure or someone making jokes, please know that this is a protective energy, not a negative energy. This is an energy that, like, if any energies are coming in to harm you or just in places where you're vulnerable, if any negativity is coming in to attach to those places, just normal stuff. We live on Earth, we're human. This trickster energy puts forth this kind of like ball of shiny light that throws people off their course. It's like they're tricking, this energy is tricking any negative energies that would interfere with your path and with your manifestations. This is an interesting, I've never channeled a message like this, but I love that. That's really, or if you encounter any weird, and like it reminds me of Uranus too. That feels like trickster energy. If you encounter any weird moments where you're kind of dumbfounded, but you're laughing because it's funny, but it was like a moment where you were protected, but it was like close call, but it was funny, but also scary. Like if you encounter any moments like that, just know that was this trickster guide or this trickster protector really just protecting you, keeping you safe. And on the other hand, I love that these two animals are encompassing the reading too on either side. It feels so grounded and protective and fun. The trickster energy is fun. And Hermit is about going within. So I do believe you have a rich inner life that is totally worthy of, like, it's worthy to be in solitude. Like, solitude is a worthy state. And you have so much richness within your own being, within the landscape of your own soul, and so much support, and you have so much presence there, and so many energies that are so loving towards you within your own internal landscape. And you just have to know you're never alone within your subconscious. You're never alone with just when you're on your own. And you're so heavily guided. And I do believe you know that. And I know that you have a powerful connection to your intuition, and you're being reminded to connect in and tap in every single day. Morning would be a great time to tap into your intuition and just say a quick intention. Literally all you have to do is say, today I am following my intuition. That is my intention. I'm following my guides. I'm following my intuition. I know where I'm going, and I'm listening today. I'm going to pull a few cards from the Mystical Dream Tarot. All right. We have the Lady of Wands, which is the Queen of Wands. Make myself some space. I opted for a smaller amount of space on the board today, and I'm kind of regretting it. Maybe that's a sign. Just like I said earlier, it's kind of like everything being too clustered, like there's too much going on and you really need some space to let the purity of your wisdom come through. Lord of Cups, Lady of Wand and Lord of Cups. Cool. That is the Queen of Wands and the King of Cups, by the way. Seven of Wands. The Nine of Wands. If you are going through an ending and a new beginning, the way that you're going to get there is through this connection to your intuition, through this connection to your subconscious, and following the doors that open from a place of instinct and connection to that thread that we talked about earlier. There's door after door after door leading you to your new beginning, and the only way you're going to know which doors to open is if you stay rooted in your intuitive nature and your connection to your path, your divine path. We also have, wow, we have King and Queen of Cups. That's nice. We have Queen of Swords. You have 4 court cards. That's insane. And then we have Spirit of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords, I want to say. Okay, here we go. So this guy here with the Nine of Wands, if you can see the imagery, I think you can. I'll hold it up just in case. But he is, look at him. He's protecting this tree, or he's protecting himself, or his back's against a tree. It's up to interpretation, but there is this like noose hanging from the tree, and then there's like the god of death, well, maybe not the god of death, what do they call that guy with the Grim Reaper kind of figure in the back. And the message that came through as I was sitting with this card is there is deep in the roots of your soul a part of you that feels the need to be very protective, and protective to a point of being hyper vigilant. And with this card down here, the Lady of Cups, with her arm up facing towards this guy, and she looks so gentle. She has a rose in her hand, and it's like she wants to approach him with love. But he's standing there hyper vigilant, and all he sees is threat. So I think there's a part of you existing as a part of your nervous system, your subconscious, that still feels a sense of threat and still feels like he or she isn't safe to move forward into this new beginning. And there's a marriage here that wants to happen between this Lady of Cups, loving, kind, gentle, tender, gift of a rose energy, and this guy, this protective, fierce man here. And it's kind of giving me Emperor vibes. It's the Nine of Wands, which is a card about endings. It's like a card typically about pushing and endurance. And I think this energy that you have in your subconscious is a product of that, of having to endure and having to push and having to protect yourself, rightfully so. But you've landed in a safe place. We have the Seven of Wands here. This is typically this card's about standing your ground, so it's just reflecting that. But in this scenario with this fortress, this home that looks like a fortress and has a moat around it. You are protected. You are safe. You've built a fortress. And it is time to let that gentle part of you soothe the hypervigilant part of you. You can do this through meditation, through breath work, through parts therapy, where you speak to different parts of yourself within and you have a conversation with that part of yourself. There's so many ways. You can seek out the many ways which you can calm this part of your being. Ultimately, we're calming our nervous system and reminding ourselves that we're safe. You are reminding yourself that you are safe. And I am reminding you that you are safe. And you are meant to walk this path into this new, safe, grounded, abundant, loving, kind, gentle, tender, vulnerable place, and it could be in a place of intimacy with others. It could be a place of vulnerability and showing your true self to the world, as we spoke earlier about letting your wisdom pour out of you and not giving it the credence it deserves. I believe it may not feel like these two things are interrelated, but when you truly heal this part of yourself, you will start to share yourself effortlessly and confidently, and you'll be able to share yourself from such a pure and authentic place. And that's what the world needs. We need you in that space so that the world is loving because you're in it, but it feels even more loving when you're fully expressed in it. And that's part of your purpose, just to be yourself. And that means spreading love into the world. It's as simple as that. This Lord of Cups is funny because King of Cups is typically a very compassionate, loving, masculine figure. And in this one, look, he's using his power to create change. Like he's using, like, the cup represents emotions and love, and he's using that to create something powerful. And I believe that when you're fully in your truest nature, you are so loving that the love you hold has a life of its own. It is so powerful to alchemize hate in the world. Everywhere you go, your energy transforms the space around you into love forever. It's changed forever. It's not a worthless pursuit to spread love. It's really not, because when we do, it changes the world for the better forever. It heals the world. And it sounds so simple, but it's so true. You sharing yourself, being all of you, standing in confidence in both the love you hold and the wisdom and the truth you hold and what you're passionate about, and speaking it freely into the world and being fully embodied in that. That is what the world needs, and that's what's going to change the world. Just you being you, boldly. And I love that this is how you're going to gain your confidence. Queen of Wands is about confidence, personal power, being attractive, expressing oneself fully. And I love that this Lady of Wands is sitting in a wildflower field in the middle of a forest, meditating and connecting to the divinity within her soul. And this, as I mentioned before, every day waking up and saying, I connect to the divine, I connect to my intuitive nature, I connect to my soul today, and I follow that thread through this entire day. And I let that guide me through this entire day. That is what's going to bring you confidence, because when you're aligned to your divine nature, nothing can faze you. You can't question yourself because you're so connected, plugged in, and the divine has hold of you and is working through you. So you know that you can relax, you can breathe, and you can just let the divine do the work. This Lady of Swords and Spirit of Swords over here, I'm still amazed by how many court cards you have. That's insane. Court cards do tend to represent people. There could be people coming into your world to reflect like a an acceptance of your true nature back to you that could also be something that brings you even more confidence. If you follow this thread of fate or thread of destiny every day and you stay plugged in, you will land in a place where the world around you is confirming the truth of your soul and uplifting the truth of your soul. You don't need them to do that to be validated. With the Hermit, this is about a solo journey. And the High Priestess gives me solo vibes too, for some reason. It feels like your journey to open those doors and to follow that thread is going to be a solo one, but it will land you in a place where what is reflected back to you around you are people who see you, uplift you, and who draw out the most authentic parts of you, and who aren't threatened by it or confused by it. They just see it, they love it, they know it, and that's that. It's as natural as anything just to honor it, honor all parts of you. Again, for some reason, this Lady of Swords and Spirit of Swords, while they're not necessarily counterparts, because the Lord is the counterpart, I'm thinking of counterparts within this situation. Just the way they look. Look at these guys. They look like they go together. Like, I feel like if you're looking for partnership, this could be a good sign for that. You're the lady and they're the knight or the spirit. And it's like, this is so interesting. Like, you have what they don't have. Like, they've got this peacock feather covering their eyes, but your eyes are open and you can see things that they don't see, and they can hear things and feel things that you don't feel, and it's like a team. So take this as it resonates. It's so random, but I do feel like there's one significant person that's going to join forces with you and help you move forward in your soul passion and purpose. So yeah, again, take that as it resonates. But okay. All right. Are we going to, I want to pull a card from the Vibrational Energy Oracle and get one last message. All right. We have cellular collapse. Yes. I think you're walking through an ending. But there seems to be some stuck energy, because the very fact that we're still talking about the ending is interesting. And cellular collapse is like the old collapsing, but the new is forming at the same time. And I want to remind you to look around for signs that the new, look around or within, mostly within, for the signs that the new is forming and that the new is coming and that things are changing. And I want you to write them down, just take stock of them, take them seriously. These can be internal signs. They can be a part of you that for some reason, against all odds and against all reasons to believe, you feel confident in where you're going. For instance, this can be if you don't see things changing in the physical world, but yet deep in your soul, you feel like the change you wish to see is already here. Believe that. It is already here. It's just the physical world lags a little bit, but the spirit world is truth. So yeah, take more stock in those energies and those signs and live in that place. And then eventually it will reflect back to you and you'll be in awe of everything that's happened to get you there. All those doors you walked through and that thread you stayed connected to and where it took you. You'll be in awe of that. So, alrighty, thank you so much. If this reading resonated, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, drop a flower emoji, and leave a comment. Stick around to watch my beautiful outro for a deeper look into Patreon, The Infinite Prayer, my adorable merch, and my other YouTube channel. As always, I am honored by your presence, and I hope I see you in another reading. Bye. If you'd like to be supported more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick a flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of the Little Flower Patreon. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment, a sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. Each month in the Wellspring membership, I channel a theme or prompt for 2 new Pick a Flower readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the infinite prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a new, powerful transmission each month. With the Overflow membership, receive everything in Wellspring, plus access to every new extended infinite prayer session drawn from monthly YouTube readings from October 2025 on. Click the link in the description box below if you feel called to explore. Feel free to like, comment, drop a flower emoji, or subscribe to The Little Flower. You may browse single infinite prayer transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo with the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip or buy me a coffee if you feel called to. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, my heart and soul in video form. I'd be honored to have you over there as well. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. If you haven't been to my channel, my name is Krista, and I use the presence and essence of flowers along with a tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So the prompt that I channeled for today's reading is explore the landscape of your soul. How is your subconscious speaking to you? So my intention with this is to tap into messages that your subconscious wants you to know right now, but also perhaps some ways in which that your subconscious speaks to you. Like, how does it come through and how can you access it more deeply? So typically I do channel a prompt and I just go down the rabbit hole. So let's go on this journey together. Before we get into your reading, I'd like to invite you into the sacred portal to healing, alignment, and expansion that is the Little Flower Patreon. A key element that makes the Little Flower Patreon special is the infinite prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a powerful transmission each month with the intention to bring you into deeper resonance with your truest soul essence and most fulfilling nature. Entering into the infinite prayer means remembering you've always held the key to the healing waters of your own soul. This is your safe and protected conduit to the divine. I simply hold the mirror. Tap into your own sacred, ever-flowing internal spring, always pure, always moving, always offering exactly what you need the moment you choose to dip your cup in. Return as often as you feel called to. Enter the Wellspring membership and receive access to an ever-growing sanctuary of soulful pick-a-flower readings and infinite prayer sessions. Each month, I tap in and channel a theme or prompt for the 2 new readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the infinite prayer. Join the Overflow membership and receive everything in Wellspring, plus access to every new extended infinite prayer session drawn from YouTube readings like this one from October 2025 on. If the Little Flower Patreon is calling to you, click the link in the description box below. If at any point during this reading you feel inspired to, feel free to like, subscribe, drop a flower emoji, and leave a comment. I'd love to know how things are resonating or if you have questions or suggestions for me. So let's get into your reading. So you chose group number 2 with this lovely China Rose. This China Rose symbolizes happiness, longevity, and eternal spring. And we're going to set her right up here for a presence during our reading, which I forgot to remove group number 1, so we'll go ahead and do that. I'm actually going to use the singing bowl real quick just to clear the energy. All right, so Your first oracle card is, Palo Santo, number 55 with Guardian. The vibe here is you are safe. You are safe to explore the depths of your subconscious, the depths of your soul, your intuition. You are safe. You are safe. You are safe. This is reminding me of when I was young, when I was 21, and I will just be candid here. I was experimenting with LSD, and I was very brave and I was very trustful of my own subconscious. I was trustful in my own character, and I knew I could handle anything. You know, I smoked a lot of weed during that time, and I just wasn't ever fazed by drugs. You know, I was always uplifted, or I don't know. I trusted in my mind. And I did LSD with the wrong person, and they had a bad trip and pulled me into it, and it totally rocked my mind, and it wrecked my trust in my mind. It wrecked my trust in myself, and I never really got back that feeling of, like, I would be terrified now to do any type of hallucinogenic or even smoking weed. Sometimes I'm very sensitive to, and I don't really do that anymore either. But I guess my point here is that sense of self-confidence and safety in my own mind is that feeling is, I want to extend that to you. Like the way I felt before, where I felt so safe to kind of go on these journeys. And like, for instance, this would be a confirmation if you felt called to do some form of healing that takes you into trance-like states, or some form of, what do they call that? It's ayahuasca, things like that. Like, I'm not condoning it, but it could be a confirmation to someone out there who feels called to go on a healing retreat, a shadow work retreat. There are these darkness retreats that are super interesting. You are safe, and you can be confident in your grip on your reality, your grip on your connection to your soul and to your truth and to your mind. You can be confident in that. You are rooted in who you are, and you cannot be led astray, and you cannot be taken off course. You are so profoundly grounded and rooted in your soul. And not only that, but you are so profoundly protected from any malevolent energies that could affect you in going on any type of journey, whether using some form of medicine or not, just going on a shadow work journey or going on a meditative trance journey to heal parts of yourself. You are so safe in that. And I just want to affirm that for you. So please, 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 if you do need to do some shadow work, or if you do tend to avoid entering into your subconscious through meditation or breath work or whatever it is, or through solitude, even through time on the yoga mat, like whatever it is, if you tend to avoid that because you're avoiding what's going on in your mind, I just want to tell you, you're safe. You're truly safe to explore different parts of you. So the astrological rulers of Palo Santo are the South Node and Pluto. So the South Node is where you came from. It's what you're leaving behind. It makes me think of healing ancestral karma, ancestral wounding. And Pluto is a card of, or a planet of, I want to say it's a planet of transformation. It makes me think of like destruction and transformation for some reason, or like a little bit of a chaotic energy. I'm not sure if that's 100% on the nose, but that's the energy that's coming through now. So I think a lot of things are changing for you, and you're leaving behind what no longer serves. The message in the card, or in the guidebook, is Palo Santo is a protective wand that grants us the power of unlocking innate gifts that have laid dormant, inactive, or blocked. Palo Santo, like the fox, is here to assist you as a spirit guide who helps you navigate the spirit world. The Securan foxes, native to South America, nestle among the desert forest of Palo Santo for shelter, living in symbiosis with these precious trees. Foxes are symbolic of the afterlife, invisibility, and the sacred trickster. Oh my God, the sacred trickster. That came up in group number 1, just in the reading itself. Palo Santo neutralizes the venom of dark tricksters and alchemizes its poison into gold, becoming the sacred trickster. That's exactly what this, I don't know why I'm being mind blown, just because I never channeled a message like that in group number 1, and it didn't even come through with any of the cards or anything. It just came through, and it was about the sacred trickster, about this trickster protector that's surrounding you. So it'd be really cool if some of you were in group number 1 and came here and we got this message. Palo Santo is here to remind you to activate your dormant gifts. You are a guardian of the sacred that has walked many paths. Know that you can neutralize the greatest of poisons and even outwit the smartest of tricksters. Love that. And you can even outwit the trickster of your own mind. Like if there are things that are going on in your own mind that convince you of your unworthiness or convince you just of reasons to block out love, things like that. I think you have access to a part of you that can neutralize and transform all of that. And there's so much transformation coming in. Like you have the potential to change into who you truly are and to live a really fulfilling life full of love and connection and intimacy and fulfillment and purpose. You have that potential within you. So and I do think it has the path there is going within, and it's talked about dormant gifts. I really think there might be a part of you that you've been avoiding confronting or being with and sitting with, and you're really being called to go ahead and do that, because this part of you, it might be shrouded in darkness or confusion, but once you get through that and past that, and even as I'm seeing it, I'm seeing like a seed, and then I'm seeing the sacred trickster fox like alchemizing the energy around the seed. And then when you gain access to that seed, you'll recognize that it's always been a power of yours and a gift of yours, and not something that is something that's wrong with you. So that's a really beautiful message right out the gate. I love that 55 reduces to 10, which is, or 1, which is a card of fulfillment and new beginnings. And especially since we had the South Node coming through, I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple angel cards, archangels or angels of Atlantis. Just get some angelic energy, protective energy coming in here. Yeah, this feels so good. It's like spending time in your subconscious and knowing you're safe there, even though it's kind of a scary place sometimes. Ooh, I love the red color here. That feels protective too. Haniel with courage. Yes, the courage to face what's going on under the surface. Ooh, wow, look at this. Haniel again. Interesting. I'm actually going to Google who Haniel is, because that's pretty significant, I think. And the fact that they're both red, I feel like it's just telling you how secure you are, how safe you are, how rooted you are. And we have integrity. And that's such a powerful word. Like the integrity of who you are is so grounded. So it says Haniel is linked to the planet Venus and is sometimes depicted as a female archangel. People can call on Haniel for help with emotional healing, self-compassion, finding joy, and developing stronger relationships with God and others. Haniel comes from the Hebrew words for grace or grace of God, and it can also mean God answers. So I think you're being called into a deeper love for yourself and a deeper ability to receive love from others. I really do. From yourself and from others. And let's get some more cards. I'm going to pull a couple cards from the Landscapes Tarot. What once felt like weakness to you will soon feel like your greatest strength. That's really coming through. Okay, we have the Six of Pentacles. Wow, we have a scale here. And Six of Pentacles is about like balance, and scale is balancing. And then we also have the Moon, which is very fitting for a reading about the subconscious. I think you're being called to a bit of shadow work, but I just want to say you are so skilled at this and you have everything you need to go on this journey. I think the shadow work is the door. The way there might feel a bit dark, but you have so much light. We have this full moon here. Oh, there's a frog on the card. Okay, so there's a well, a full moon, and a frog, and a moth. And so frogs and moths are both symbolic of transformation. And the well is symbolic of abundance and overflow. It's making me think of descending into the well to get a drink of water. And being afraid to do that because you don't know what's your head. I don't know how to like properly articulate this. You're descending into the earth in a way, into the darkness, but you know that at the bottom of that is a wellspring of crystal clear water, nourishing water that you need. And so you're willing to go there. You're willing to go on that journey and get that cup of water. And when you get there, that cup of water is the exact thing you needed to open the door to the next phase of your journey. And I think there's something here about, it's like you know the water's down there. You know the goodness exists at the depths of your soul. But you've also known that the journey to go there and to wake up to that is a scary one where you have to kind of confront your demons along the way. And you know it's a worthy journey, but perhaps you've been putting it off because it's uncomfortable. But I just want to let you know that this doesn't have to be as scary as it's been in the past. And it does feel like you're ready for your new beginning and there's one last puzzle piece that needs to kind of click into place. And this is the puzzle piece, this little bit of shadow work. And you have it in you to do it. And you have the strength and the courage and the integrity to walk through whatever it is that's going to present itself to you. You might need a journal along the way. You might need simply your voice to speak and talk things through. Your connection to the divine will always be there. Prayer will always be there for you. But this is the most worthwhile journey you could ever go on, because on the other side of this journey is you, someone who knows their worth fully in all parts of them, in all parts of their body, soul, spirit, mind, heart, is fully embodied in their purity and their goodness, and is fully receptive to the true love that is ready to pour into their life. So this is where you're headed. And this little last piece of this journey is such a beautiful initiation into the new. And you wouldn't have it any other way. Once you walk through it, you'll understand. So just take that last little journey into the unknown, through the unknown, into your own goodness. Now, I'm definitely curious what these scales and the Six of Pentacles is here. What is this message? We have like a little mouse peeking his head over the door. We have someone who's left a bucket of fruit at the door. It's a reciprocal energy. It's giving someone paying you back for kindness. It's what you've given being given back to you tenfold. It's investments paying off. It's benevolent spirits giving out of generosity. It's recognizing that you don't have to earn love. You don't have to earn abundance. You're inherently worthy of it. If you are manifesting something in this world and you've been putting work in and you've been investing into yourself, into something, this part of you that has more to do with how you're receiving love and how you're able to connect intimately to others, and how you're seeing your own divinity and purity, how you're seeing like your self-concept. That's what this is about. Strangely though, it's directly related to what you're creating and manifesting in this world. You're on a holistic manifestation journey. So anybody can go out there and follow a formula and create wealth. But you're creating true abundance. You're creating a life that really feels full. And so your soul is calling you into this shadow work to complete a cycle so that you can move forward into your new, fresh, abundant reality. And so that you can fully receive it in a way that feels integrated, connected, grounded, and in a way that you feel worthy of it. That's what it is. So it's you opening up to feeling worthy of love means you opening up to feeling worthy of abundance, because they go hand in hand. True abundance and true love go hand in hand. And there's a powerful transformation happening for you. And that could be scary too. I mean, we've got the frog and the moth. They go through powerful transformations in their lives. The frog starts as, a little tadpole and lives in the water. And maybe you're still in the water, but maybe you're ready to step into land. And same with the moth. They start off as a caterpillar and they end up in the air. So I just think this little piece is going to bring that transformation where you're going to feel like a new person, but you're still going to feel like, oh, this is who I truly am. And I'm not held down anymore, held back by my negative self-concept. Okay, so I'm going to pull some tarot cards now from the Mystical Dream Tarot. We have, the Judgment card. Yes, I think that makes perfect sense. Judgment is about a resurrection. And I feel like on the other side of this journey, you're going to feel resurrected. You're going to feel like fully in your body, all of who you are, all of who a part of you has always known that you are, but now you're able to truly embody it, feel it, express it, know it in all parts of you. And the doubt or the lingering feelings of not enoughness are just no longer there. And I believe you've caught glimpses of what this is supposed to feel like. But this is when you're fully rooted and embodied in the real thing. And you can never go back to the old way. We also have the Four of Wands. I love that for you. The Four of Wands is a beautiful card. It's about happiness, joy, a celebration. It can be about marriage. I feel like this is a unity in a marriage with your own soul, like a remembrance of who you are in every cell of your body. And the Four of Wands is about just celebration. It can be also about happy, like just a happy home life, but this feels like the home life of your body and soul, like you feeling at home in who you are. We also have, we have the Knight of Wands, the Spirit of Wands. We have the Two of Wands. You have a whole life ahead of you. A whole new life ahead of you. You have Ace of Swords. Epiphanies are rampant in this reading. Dreamer of Pentacles or Page of Pentacles. So many new beginnings here. And wow, 2 aces. Yeah, you're entering straight into the heart of a beautiful new beginning of love and connection and abundance. Of feeling yourself, knowing yourself, feeling purposeful in the world, feeling safe in the world and safe in your body and safe with people. Even with this Dreamer of Pentacles, we have a rooster here. And that's like morning time, a rooster. I just feel like you're stepping into a phase of your journey where you feel more like yourself than you've ever felt. And you feel more permission to be yourself in the world than you've ever felt. And the world itself is reflecting back to you your truest nature more than it ever has before. And the universe, the Six of Pentacles with this bucket of, maybe you haven't even opened the door yet. It just feels like maybe you're in the house. Let me show you this card. Here's your house. This is the house of your soul. And you're in there doing your shadow work, doing your thing, and the universe has this beautiful gift waiting for you. And at the right time, you'll open that door and you'll receive that gift. But it will be at that right time when you're ready to go out into the morning sun. With the Two of Wands being about future plans, dreaming up a whole new future, that's the vibe. I do feel like on the other side of this, you will have the means, the resources, the confidence, the connection. Like, you will have everything you need to dream up maybe even a grander, it could be dreams that you still hold, but you're moving into a place where you truly feel tangibly that it's all possible. And you're dreaming this even grander vision. Is like all the pieces of the puzzle are starting to come in, and you're starting to see more color in all of your dreams, and everything is unfolding before you in such an expansive way. Whereas before, it was more of a concept, an idea, and something you're walking towards, but it didn't feel so real just yet. But where you're going, it's going to feel real. Things will happen more quickly in this new era. You'll be able to manifest more quickly, make things happen at the drop of a hat. If you have an idea, you'll be able to execute that idea right in that moment, as opposed to waiting for the resources or waiting for permission. I believe there's so much love in your future with this Ace of Cups and this couple. Look at it. I just want to show you this card because look how beautiful this is. I really think you're going to be so connected to the ones you love, the ones that are dearest to you. You're going to feel a part of something, like a part of a family, so deeply held and honored, like your place in everything, knowing that you're needed, you're wanted, you're seen, you're truly seen, understood, known, desired. This is where you land on the other side of the shadow work. I'm not sure what else to say. It's such a beautiful reading. The prompt is still, explore the landscape of your soul. How is your subconscious speaking to you? And I think the sunrise of your new life, of your new horizon, is speaking to you. There's a positivity speaking to you and beckoning you forward. And it's like you see the light, but you have to walk through the tunnel to get there, and you've just been putting off the tunnel, even though you've known this whole time that that new sunrise has been beckoning you. So don't be afraid to walk through that tunnel. It is time. And of course, take your time. You're never forced to do anything, but just know the reward on the other side is so worth it. So dive into the discomfort, make the changes that you feel called to make, listen to your inner guidance, connect to the divine, pray every day, align every day, and sooner or later you'll be on the other side of that tunnel, and you won't know what hit you. You'll be there, and you'll be in awe of how good God is, how good the universe is. And yeah. All right, I'm going to pull one last card for a final message from the Vibrational Energy Oracle cards. Okay, this is a beautiful card. There's a road with a red dot it almost looks like an angel. Oh my God, that's the angel. That's Haniel, this angel being at the end of this road. That's so cool. If you believe in, archangels, I would definitely be calling on Archangel Haniel. This seems like a powerful attunement and alignment here. So we have driving forces. I think when you make the choice to take this journey, you can't be stopped. I think there's so much support surrounding you, both in the material and in the spiritual worlds, that the snowball will just keep rolling, and you'll be on the journey and you'll be a willing participant in the journey. But it feels, especially with the color red, it feels instinctual, it feels bodily. Breath work, body scan meditations, exercise could be a huge key in moving forward. Like conscious exercise though, not just like going on a run and trying to check out. It's like I'm going on a run with intention to connect to my body and to process heavier things, or something like that. But yeah, there's an integration happening in your body for sure, a healing in your body that translates to the soul, and you're being called. You're being called, and you can't lose. And you're safe in this journey. You will always be safe in this journey, and just go for it because you've got nothing but amazingness on the other side. So, alrighty, thank you so much for being here. If this reading resonated, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, drop a flower emoji, and leave a comment. Stick around to watch my beautiful outro for a deeper look into Patreon, the Infinite Prayer, my adorable merch, and my other YouTube channel. As always, I am honored by your presence, and I hope I see you in another reading. Bye. If you'd like to be supported more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick a flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of the Little Flower Patreon. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment. A sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. Each month in the Wellspring membership, I channel a theme or prompt for 2 new Pick a Flower readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the Infinite Prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a new, powerful transmission each month. With the Overflow membership, receive everything in Wellspring, plus access to every new extended Infinite Prayer session drawn from monthly YouTube readings from October 2025 on. Click the link in the description box below if you feel called to explore. Feel free to like, comment, drop a flower emoji, or subscribe to The Little Flower. You may browse single Infinite Prayer transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo with the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip or buy me a coffee if you feel called to. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, my heart and soul in video form. I'd be honored to have you over there as well. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower. If you haven't been to my channel, my name is Krista, and I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So for today's reading, the prompt that I channeled is explore the landscape of your soul. How is your subconscious speaking to you? So for this reading, I am tapping into your subconscious and how you can reconnect to it, listen to it, understand what it's needing of you or calling forth of you, and any messages related to this theme, just whatever wants to come through. If you haven't been to my channel, I do a prompt, I channel the prompt, but what comes through is kind of out of my control. So we just kind of go on the rabbit hole together, and I'm excited to do that with you today. Before we get into your reading, I'd like to invite you into the sacred portal to healing, alignment, and expansion that is the Little Flower Patreon. A key element that makes the Little Flower Patreon special is the Infinite Prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a powerful transmission each month with the intention to bring you into deeper resonance with your truest soul essence and most fulfilling path. Entering into the Infinite Prayer means remembering you've always held the key to the healing waters of your own soul. This is your safe and protected conduit to the divine. I simply hold the mirror. Tap into your own sacred, ever-flowing internal spring. Always pure, always moving, always offering exactly what you need the moment you choose to dip your cup in. Return as often as you feel called to. Enter the Wellspring membership and receive access to an ever-growing sanctuary of soulful pick a flower readings and infinite prayer sessions. Each month, I tap in and channel a theme or prompt for 2 new readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the infinite prayer. Join the Overflow membership and receive everything in Wellspring, plus access to every new extended infinite prayer session drawn from YouTube readings like this one from October 2025 on. If the Little Flower Patreon is calling you in, click the link in the description box below. If at any point during this reading you feel inspired to, feel free to like, subscribe, drop a flower emoji, and leave a comment. I'd love to know how things are resonating or if you have any questions or suggestions for me. All right, let's go ahead and get into your reading. So your first oracle card is Kava Kava with community. Ooh, the vibe is good. Even when I sat down, it was like I got this joyful light vibe. This is giving me the vibe of ecstatic dance. I don't know if you've ever been to ecstatic dance, but it's basically a community gathering where you don't speak, you just dance. You can speak on the sidelines, but in the dance floor, it's just all movement. And it's very human and very expressive. And I know that it was very transformative for me. So anyway, seek one of those out, especially if you're near a bigger city, or if you're like in Hawaii or somewhere that's hippy dippy. I'm sure you'd be able to find one. Anyway, so number 48 with community, we have a blue butterfly here. It feels powerful transformation vibes. We also have, it looks like the ruler of Kava Kava is the moon and, I want to say Venus, but I don't know all the symbols, so let's see. Oh, Pluto. So definitely not Venus. So Pluto and the moon, interesting. So Pluto's more of a card of change and transformation, which checks out with this blue butterfly here. The moon is a card of the subconscious, or a card, I'm saying card, but I mean planets, celestial bodies, the subconscious. And the Kava Kava represents celebration, kinship with tribe, community, friendship, union, and finding your chosen family. So I'm going to read a little bit from the guidebook. Kava's energy moves through our nervous system like a butterfly, relaxing, widening, and assisting us in surrendering. Although you might be amid an important moment in your life, remember that you don't have to do it alone. When you widen your circles intentionally, you receive support from the universe and others to join you on the path. To fully draw upon Butterfly's medicine, it gently invites us to observe our position in the community in this moment. Are you a protector, creator, connector, or visionary? And how does that correlate this moment in your life alongside your personal evolution? Egg, caterpillar, cocoon, or butterfly. Oftentimes, finding your purpose within your community and the parallels within your inner journey can provide great relief and meaning. Oh, I love that idea. It's making me think of, I'm quite the hermit, and I do believe I'm slowly emerging, very slowly, into being a more social creature. And I wonder, that makes me think that hermit energy and how that is necessary within the greater context of community. And it's just, I don't know, maybe you can like relate. But and I love this. Like, we have some plants. I'm going to show you the card just in case you're watching closely here. And so we have these 2 plants on either side growing up around the people. And then if you see, their roots are connected to each other and there are little sprouts coming off their roots. And I feel like that's a sign that there is someone or multiple people that you're meant to connect to soon, that you're already connected to in spirit. And that line to not only connect to them, but to find them, to land in their presence is strong, is powerful, and is inevitable. This is the way plants communicate under the soil. And it's just inevitable that you're going to meet in the middle and you're going to find each other. So if you are someone who's on a journey to finding that community, finding your soul tribe, finding that partner, I just want to put you at ease and tell you that you are so, not only so worthy, but this is a natural unfolding of your soul for this to occur within your life. And I think overthinking it or worrying about whether or not this is meant for you it's not getting in the way, but it's muddying up your journey, and it's making the connection, how do I put it? It's, you know what? It might be slowing you down a little bit. You're being called into full faith that your people are out there. You're being called, or your person is out there. You're being called to intuitively connect to them because they already exist. And you're being called to put your faith in that place, and your love in that place, and your gratitude in that place instead of seeing lack. So shift that. It feels urgent almost. Shift that energy. You are so meant to feel at home within a community, within a family. And it's meant for you. So please accept it into your life now, because it is the natural unfoldment of your soul's evolution, your human journey, for this to occur. All you have to do is let go and let it happen, as opposed to holding yourself back by controlling it, or by forcing it, or by casting it off. However, it's this lack energy's manifesting itself. So just let go. Trust in the natural flow of things. Trust in your worthiness. Trust in who you are. And trust in the goodness of yourself and humanity. And it will all fall into place. Okay, so I'm going to pull a couple Angels of Atlantis cards to get some angelic energy in here. Yes, so how is your subconscious speaking to you? I think your subconscious has been telling you to cool it with any like nerves or worries that things aren't working out the way you hope, because they are. And if you just tap into your subconscious, if you just tap into the underlying shifts and energies and connections that exist already, you'd feel it and you'd know it, and you'd feel restful that everything's going to work out. We have Jophiel. Love it. Forgiveness. Okay. And Michael, transmutation. Okay, so forgiveness and transmutation. Is there some self-forgiveness that is meant to come in? Something might be going on there. I'm feeling it in my heart as I speak. Like a feeling of I did something wrong to others, or I hurt someone, and this may even be deep in your subconscious, and please don't take this if it doesn't resonate, but it feels like there's something you're not seeing that has to do with your sense of like knowing in your own goodness, and your ability to forgive yourself for things you've done in the past, and to give yourself grace, and to just accept your humanity and know that you're a lovable person in all your imperfection. And I think that might be part of what's getting in the way of you pulling in the love you wish to find in the world around you, the family, the love, the friends, the partner. I think there's something there about like just imperfection and loving your imperfections. I'm going to pull a couple cards from the Landscape Tarot and see what else we get. Because there's a change. If you can forgive yourself for being human, which is not even something that needs forgiving, but I guess in your eyes, maybe it does. Just forgive your imperfections. Give yourself grace. I think the change that could occur within your being is profound. There's so much love that wants to come in for you, and it starts with you, and it feels like there's this barrier up, and once you let that grace in, it makes the barrier permeable, and you're able to let love in from the world around you. We have the Moon, which came out in group number 2, and the Knight of Wands. Okay. There is a little bit, I felt that earlier almost, like when I was talking about like forcing something to happen or controlling something to happen. There's a little bit of rushy energy that's unnecessary. The Knight of Wands can be like a little chaotic or like a little bit impulsive, and the Moon is the opposite of that. The Moon is exploring your depths, and the Moon feels so watery and slow, and kind of sometimes it can be murky, and it's like I don't know if there's a part of you that is existing in this murky energy and you're uncomfortable with it and you just want to bolt. Take that as it resonates, but I feel like you're meant to stay put and love yourself. And I think that's the key. That's the answer to the next phase, to like opening up to more love from the world around you. Yeah, because the bolting energy feels like trying to force something to happen that maybe isn't meant to happen, or maybe the timing's not right. And what you're really meant to do is, just all the love you're so ready to give to others. Like first, it needs to be given to the self. The grace you give to others, the allowances you give to others, turn that inward and give it to yourself first. And deepen into your sense of connection to yourself, your sense of love for yourself, your sense of honor for yourself. And that's actually really important, because if you do move forward from this angsty place and trying to make something happen before the time is right, you could be going towards things that are not right for you. Like if this, it's like a part of you that honors oneself and lives in self-respect, is you're being called into that. And so that when you do move forward with that more permeable barrier around you, as opposed to the hard barrier, you're going to, like, that permeable barrier is going to be one of self-respect and love and grace. And it's only going to let in those who are able to truly give that type of love back to you. So you're like, I just feel like that bolty energy might pull you into places where you're not honored in the way that you deserve. And I think it's because you didn't take that time to truly deepen into the honor that you deserve from yourself first. Okay, so I'm going to pull some tarot from the Mystical Dream Tarot and see what else we got. Yeah, the inner change is what you're being called into right now. I see a lot of tears, a lot of water, a lot of healing happening for you, just within your own being. When you just learn to love yourself in all of you, make that intention and put that effort in to love yourself. Really, really make it a priority on your journey. Here we go. We have number 15 with the Sorcerer, which is the number of the devil in tarot. I think that makes a lot of sense, to be honest with you. The devil can be an inner voice that breeds like negative self-talk and just seeing yourself in a negative light, believing in things about yourself that aren't true. I just feel like there are a few parts, there are just parts of yourself that are worthy of your own love that you've been casting off, and it's time to revisit those spaces and love yourself in those spaces. Yeah, because if you move forward without integrating this aspect of yourself where you need to let the grace in, I guess this aspect of yourself, I mean, it's a part of you that needs it doesn't need forgiveness, but you need to forgive it. Like, it doesn't universally, like, God's not saying you are bad and that needs forgiveness. You're the one that's been saying you are bad and you haven't been forgiving yourself. And so by this aspect of you, I just mean this part of you that you've cast off in your own way. And this part of you that needs that grace let in. The grace you give so freely to everyone around you. You need it too. So I was going somewhere with that thought, and I'm just going to keep pulling cards because I kind of lost the thought, but I think you know what I was saying. The Master of Secrets. We have the Magician. Interesting, but I like that it's called the Master of Secrets. I feel like there's something you're not seeing within your own heart, and within with how you love, who you choose to love, with who you resonate with. I think there's something in your heart that needs looked at, felt, experienced, and released. And again, it might come through some tears, some emotional release. Just again, with the Master of Secrets, I think it's something you're not fully aware of just yet. Nice. We have the Lady of Pentacles. That's the Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, we have the Four of Wands. Group number 2 got the Four of Wands too. I love that this is your central card. And Four of Wands is about home, family. Like, it's the card for me that feels like you found your place where you feel like you truly belong and where you can feel settled and fully accepted, loved, seen, honored, and all of who you are. So that's where you're headed. I don't want to scare you with some of these messages of healing that are coming through, and necessary healing before you move forward and look for those people or that person. And I also don't want to make you think you can't look for or seek out these people now. I just think you're just being called to, like, there's just a tension being put around this moving forward. And I think it will help, even if you are in a relationship or if you are seeking a relationship actively on this journey, you are being called to acknowledge this that's coming through about this lack of grace for parts of you. Okay, let's keep going. We have the Seven of Wands. Again, yes, I think it has to do with, you may not realize it, but you're both underprotective and overprotective at the same time. So you're underprotective in that you'll let certain people come in and not see your worth, and you somehow, like, you give grace for that. That's what I meant a lot by, like, you're giving grace out when maybe people don't even deserve it, but yet you're not giving grace where you do deserve it. And there's that, like, flip, that imbalance, that, like, mirrored experience of what's, like, that's where the wounding is. So by saying you're overprotective when it comes to not letting true love in, not letting balanced love in, not letting the ones who will honor you in. It's like you have a kind of a wall up around those that would see you truly and honor you. And you have you're underprotecting in the sense that you let those other people who might take advantage or who might take you for granted in. So that's what I mean by, we have to go in and heal this, because otherwise we're moving through the world and we're letting those who would really truly love us the right way, like, pass us by. So yeah, so I'm going to pull a couple more. We have the Spirit of Swords, or the Knight of Swords, another knight, and the Eight of Cups. Yeah, the Eight of Cups is a card of walking away from something. Oh, I think you're walking away from old patterning. Just old patterning that let in the wrong people and that missed the right ones. That just, like, let the right ones slip right past them without them even realizing it. Yeah. Oh, I kind of wish I was doing an infinite prayer session for this, because I really feel like every single group there was like something that needed healed coming through. But that's okay. That's okay. If you are a Patreon member, I'm sure there is a reading, or a infinite prayer session in there that would help with this, like a self-love one maybe. Yeah. But okay. I love that the Magician and the Queen of Pentacles are right next to each other. That's a very solid duo there. Queen of Pentacles is someone who's so nurturing, so loving, and stable. I always give the vision of the Queen of Pentacles being the feminine being who lets someone into their home and feeds them cookies and hot tea. And I see everybody sitting around a warm hearth, like a fire, and like telling stories. And I don't know, it's like that very material secure, like you feel very enveloped and encompassed in material and emotional and just well-being in general. And I think this is you. I think you have this energy within you. And it's so worthy of honor and respect, and the right person is going to be so grateful that, like, for what you have to give. You're such a giving person, and the right person it will be a completely reciprocal relationship that like what you have, they don't have, and what they have, you don't have. And it lifts you both up. And same with community. What you have to give will be so well received. So like there's so much gratitude pouring through, and just so much honor coming through. So much balance. If you want to move forward in your journey to love and connection, an exploration of your heart space, an exploration of your connection to your inner child, and connection to the way you were raised and how your parents loved you is warranted here. Taking some time to really listen to your heart, listen to that inner child and her desires, his desires, their desires, and what they truly want, and what they always wanted or needed that they didn't get, or ways in which they were loved that felt aligned. But it's all coming from this heart-centered place of honoring the human being that you are. Giving yourself the love and attention that you've always deserved. You're so worthy of it. It's reparenting yourself. This is a lifelong journey. But it does feel like the message here is take a few steps back, reconnect to your heart and soul, allow just the spirit of grace to descend upon the most vulnerable parts of you. Yeah, first access those parts and then just open up to grace. And that alone will do so much healing for you. It will settle you down. It will make you feel whole. And as you move through the world from that place, you'll start to recognize what true love really looks like. And you'll start to really see how the old patterning was playing out. And you'll feel comfortable letting true love in. Safe. You'll feel natural letting true love in. It'll feel good. It will feel safe, calm, peaceful. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to pull one last card from the Vibrational Energy Oracle. Get one last final message. Ultimately, you've got this. That connection to your heart, you've got this. You can do this. Connect to that inner child and let that grace pour in. All right, we have, oh my God, look at this card. Look at it. Look at this inner child energy. Fairy ring, it says. I want to read from the guidebook. I didn't do the guidebook for the other two, but I'm curious. Aw. The vibration emitted from a fairy ring is like a soft caress or kiss on the cheek. It is of fun and freedom and a childlike essence of magic. It is the folklore and mystical tales behind the truth that you know. Be as a child, go barefoot and play freely and magically without restrictions or boundaries. For now is your time to be unconventional and eccentric while others look on. Oh, I love that. And it was talking about the folklore. When I was giving you the imagery of the Lady of Pentacles, which, oh my God, your inner child is so safe with you. That Lady of Pentacles is like mom, grandma energy. But there is a book on that card as well, the Lady of Pentacles. And I was thinking, when you were all sitting around, you were reading bedtime stories. I was thinking of bedtime stories. And I think there's something there. Reading books that you remember from being a child, or if there are none you remember, just reading fairy tales could be a really, just getting into the flow by reading childhood books. It's a weird little piece of advice, but, or watching movies for children. Just getting into that innocence and that joy and that playful spirit. however you can. So that is your final message there. Thank you so much for being here. If this reading resonated, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, drop a flower emoji, and leave a comment. Stick around to watch my beautiful outro for a deeper look into Patreon, the Infinite Prayer, my adorable merch, and my other YouTube channel. As always, I am honored by your presence, and I hope I see you in another reading. Bye! If you'd like to be supported more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick a flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of the Little Flower Patreon. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment. A sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. Each month in the Wellspring membership, I channel a theme or prompt for 2 new Pick a Flower readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the Infinite Prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a new, powerful transmission each month. With the Overflow membership, receive everything in Wellspring plus access to every new extended Infinite Prayer session drawn from monthly YouTube readings from October 2025 on. Click the link in the description box below if you feel called to explore. Feel free to like, comment, drop a flower emoji, or subscribe to The Little Flower. You may browse single Infinite Prayer transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo with the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip or buy me a coffee if you feel called to. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, my heart and soul in video form. I'd be honored to have you over there as well. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved.